So today, we're making a dish that's perfect for the chilly weather, or even as a holiday dish, as we do have Christmas Eve around the corner. Either way, it's the kind of food that's going to warm your soul and fill you with so much goodness. We're talking a Spanish potato stew. This is a recipe that hails from the beautiful region of Almería in southeastern Spain, where it's known as Patatas and Ajopollo. And let me tell you, it's filled with layer upon layer of so many great flavors. Made with just a handful of ingredients, and the best part, it's all done in a little over 30 minutes. Folks, serve the stew next to a garden salad, a crunchy baguette, and of course a bottle of Spanish wine. More specifically from the region of Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself an instant trip to beautiful España. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. La Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients, like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code on a fork during checkout for 10% off your order. Let's begin by heating a stock pot with a medium heat and adding in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 2 slices from a baguette, each one being 1 inch thick, which is 2.5 centimeters. And then cut each piece into small cubes. We'll also remove the skins from 6 cloves of garlic and roughly chop 1 tomato that's been washed and patted dry. Then we'll add in the pieces of baguette into the stock pot with the hot olive oil, along with the cloves of garlic and 20 blanched almonds. You can use almonds with skins here if you like. And we'll mix the ingredients around continuously and go for about 3 to 4 minutes here until everything's lightly golden fried. After about 4 minutes and the ingredients are golden fried, we'll add in the chopped tomato, along with half a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 1.5 grams, and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll continue to mix this and go for another 2 to 3 minutes. After about 3 minutes and that tomato is lightly sauteed, we'll remove the stock pot from the heat and transfer everything into a bowl. For the next step, let's start getting our potatoes ready. I'm going to cut 1 kilogram of potatoes, which is 2¼ pounds, that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry, each one into large bite-sized pieces that are 2 centimeters thick, which is about 3/4 of an inch. For this recipe, important to use potatoes that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better when they're being boiled. As always, I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can also use new potatoes, Golden Light, or even red potatoes. Then we'll add the cut potatoes into the same stock pot, and we'll fill it with some vegetable broth, just enough to barely cover the potatoes. You can use other liquids here, such as chicken broth, beef broth, or even water. Either way, link on how to make my homemade veggie broth in the description box below. We'll also pinch in 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams, 1 bay leaf, and season with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Then we'll heat it with a high heat and give it a gentle mix. While the potatoes are cooking, let's move back to the ingredients we fried earlier. Once they're cool enough to handle, I'm going to transfer them into a tall plastic cylinder. Then we'll add in 1/4 cup of water, which is 60 milliliters. And using a hand blender, we'll blend the ingredients until we get a smooth puree. If you don't have a hand blender, you can also use a stand-up one, a food processor, or even a NutriBullet. And we'll also crack 4 eggs each one into individual bowls. As you know, before I add eggs into a pan, I always like to take this step as it ensures that no eggshells go in there and that the yolks are not broken. Okay, let's move back to the potatoes. They've been cooking for about 20 minutes, and at this point, they should be perfectly cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in there, but with a little resistance, they are ready to go. You don't want to overboil the potatoes, otherwise they can easily start to break apart. For the next step, I'm going to add in the puree that we blended. And we'll give it a gentle mix until that puree is well mixed into the stew. Then we'll add in the eggs, making sure they're all evenly spaced out. And place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low-medium heat, and we're going to simmer this for about 3 minutes until the egg whites are cooked through. Then we'll remove the stock pot from the heat, transfer some of the stew into a shallow bowl, and garnish it with some fresh parsley. Check it out, Patatas and Ajopollo, a beautiful Spanish potato stew from the region of Almeria. Beautiful presentation, incredible aromas coming out of it, and all done in a little over 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, Patatas and Ajopollo, and let me tell you, it's a chilly day outside, so you know this is gonna hit the spot because it smells amazing in the kitchen today. We're gonna have a little bit of everything. Here we go. It is absolutely delicious. I'd like to hold the plate, but it's still too hot. And the potatoes fully cooked through, but they just melt in your mouth. But they kept their shape. Truly the kind of food that warms your soul. The Ajopollo, which is that thickener that we made, has so many great flavors to it. And of course the eggs to take things to the next level. Easy to make, done in about 40 minutes. Give it a try at home. Once again, next to a crunchy baguette, garden salad, and a bottle of Spanish wine from Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself the best moment of your day. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Brian Skeever, Kelly Lorang, Mary B. Markovich, and Michael Macaulay. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.